Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Jason Show. As you can hear, it's a little quieter than normal on this Thursday. Thank you very much. One little clap. The sound you hear is our crew. Well, welcome to the show on this Thursday. As you probably have heard, things have accelerated as far as the coronavirus. TV shows across the networks have made the smart decision to get rid of their studio audience for the time being, including Late Night with Seth Meyers, Wendy Williams, Live with Kelly and Ryan, and we are no different. We have, out of an abundance of safety and concern for our guests and for the employees here at Fox 9, for the time being, we have decided to suspend our studio audience. Obviously, we are bummed because they are basically, as Wendy Williams would say, basically my co-hosts and add a fun energy to our show, which I think makes us unique. But again, I appreciate the concern of our bosses here at Fox 9, Sheila, Mim, Kelly, making the decision with corporate that for the time being, out of the safety of us, that we're going to suspend the program. Now, over the next weeks, month, whatever this, however long it will be, we're going to try, as they say in the South, turn lemons into lemon pound cake. We'll have some fun with this and try to make the most of the situation that we are in. The thing that won't change, though, is the fun of the show. And speaking of fun, Kendall is off today. Joining me is a person very familiar to our audience. Crew, give it up for Aaron Schwab, everybody. Yay! That's right, Schwab is here.
I'm at the table.
You are at the table. We've moved you from the audience to the sidekick position. Kendall again is off. It's a weird. It's a different atmosphere in here without the audience that you know very well.
It is, and I'm going to tell you, it's very hard for me to stop making audience noises.
Yes.
So it's possible that you're going to say things and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
boo,
Because
I'll just keep doing it.
Because tell the folks, I mean, you do, if you haven't visited us here at the Jason Show, you warm them up. You get them ready. They're here for about a half hour, and you tell them, you give them those types of cues.
I teach them all how to make noises out of their faces that they may be uncomfortable with as Minnesotans in the light with no liquor.
At 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. That's right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be different, but again, I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We were kind of coming up with some ideas just a few minutes ago that I think you all will enjoy. But thank you for being here. You look lovely today.
Thank you. I'm wearing red pants. You can't see it yet, but I bet you will later.
You will later. That's right. So, and we wish the best to Kendall, as she revealed on the show a couple days ago. A family member of hers is dealing with a little health issue, and we wish the very best. I talked to her. I texted her yesterday and sent her some love. She was tired, girl. She was tired.
She's so tired.
But she's doing well, and the family member is doing well as well. So anyway, thanks for that. See, right then.
Very hard for me, you guys. It's so hard.
Right then would be the point where we would direct the audience to clap. So in the audience today, Director Leo, I don't know if you can take a shot. There's Ted right there.
Oh, yes! Woo!
That is our audience today. Producer Ted is there. And Ted, Ted, you can stop clapping now. You can stop clapping. But yeah, we'll keep you updated. Like I said, keep an eye on the Facebook page. And to all of you that had plans to come visit us this month or next, please accept our apologies. But I think you understand. And as soon as we can welcome you back, we will, and we'll be glad to see you. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here I go. Woo! It's juicy. First up, sticking with the topic at hand, it really is what the world is discussing. The coronavirus has hit Hollywood. As a lot of you know, Tom Hanks and his wife Rita have confirmed they have the virus. Their son Chet, shirtless, with a camera in his face, posted an update to his Instagram page.
What's up, everyone? Yeah, it's true. My parents got coronavirus. Crazy. They're both down in Australia right now because my dad was shooting a movie down there. But I just got off the phone with them. They both are fine. They're not even that sick. they're not worried about it. They're not tripping, but they're going through the necessary health precautions, obviously. But I don't think it's anything to be too worried about. I appreciate everyone's concern and the well wishes, but I think it's all going to be all right. But I appreciate it, and just everybody stay safe out there. Much.
They're not tripping.
They're not
tripping, and neither should we go a tripping. I don't know. Is it just me, or do I think all health updates should come from a shirtless person? I think it makes it go down just a little more gentle, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Chet Hanks has started a trend. You have a doctor, just give me the bad news, shirtless, please.
Well, maybe that helps you be a little more germ-free. Maybe
Exactly.
he's
I
like just
hope he scrubbed before
scrubbing
that
it
video.
up.
Yeah.
Scrubbing it up.
He's a good-looking guy, but
He's not tripping.
he is not tripping though.
He's
no.
not.
Tom,
He's not tripping at all.
It does kind of bring it. I don't want to get too maudlin and here, but it was like the whole world changed. Producer Ted, who will be up in a little bit, our audience member, he walked into a show. And the world was one way. Mm-hmm. He got out of the show 2.5 hours later, and the world had changed. The suspension of the NBA season. Mm-hmm. Tom and Rita, arguably the most public people yet to come forward. The travel ban by the president announced last night. Concerts, and speaking of that, hitting home, we have a friend literally who was in the air, flying to Europe as the announcement was being made. So, I mean, we've been texting, and then I got the best text from that friend, the dry humor, I love it. He just texted, anything going on? Yeah, I just thought, yeah. No, it's a slow Thursday around here. So, the late night shows, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, they're all going, they're like us, they're going without audiences. And some reality shows already in production, have shut down. The next season of Survivor, which is currently shooting in Fiji, is done, girl. They've shut down. Jeff Probst has extinguished the tiki torch there. He says it hasn't been canceled, but it's being pushed back. They hope to resume productions after the finale of the current season airs. Now, the same goes for The Amazing Race, which is also in production. CBS says all contestants and staff are in the process of returning home, and the future of the upcoming season of The Bachelorette is also up in the air.
Oh. See, I did it again.
It's all right. You're used to doing that for the audience. So you'll not be doing that by next Wednesday.
I won't do it.
Well, on The Bachelor and Bachelorette, there's already a lot of germs being spread. So maybe this is a good thing for the country.
That's a whole windmill virus I don't want to be a part of.
That's it. That'll be the nickname of that one. But no. Well,
I don't think anything where you put people together and you're like, please, I promote you all just licking the inside of each other's faces.
Yeah, because they're not using Purell on the set of Bachelor in Paradise.
They are not.
No, they are not. But it's gonna be weird. I mentioned this jokingly yesterday. I honestly mean this. The show that competes against us that I know you don't watch because you watch us live, Price is Right. Mm-hmm. What are they gonna do? And I mean that. I mean, there are more pressing issues in the world, but you come here to laugh. I mean, that show literally relies on the studio audience. They are the contestants. We can do this show, and we are desperately trying to do it without an audience, but we can go forward. I mean, no offense, Ted. I know you're an audience member, but we can still carry on. That show, they need Plinko players.
Well, what are they going to do? Just call a name and then just what? Judy, come on down! And it's just one woman running through the room.
Okay, yes! I gotta tell you.
I want him to make him do the whole thing, though. Run all the way down, all the way in.
That would actually be hysterical. Just one by one, you call them. You keep them in isolation.
Franklin, come on down! Just get it all the way down.
No canned applause, no laughter, no nothing. Just have them running down. I think if Drew's watching, you should do that. Next in the dish, another person was unmasked on The Masked Singer last night. Thank you. And it has a lot of people talking. Now, let me tell you, I believe this would have been the lead story on Lester Holt had the world not flipped upside down last night. I really do mean that. People would have went nutter butters had the coronavirus not exploded last night. Here's a clip, and let's see if you can guess who it is.
I like big butts to the can. I
Okay. Any guesses for you at home? Anybody? Any guesses if you didn't see social media last night? Well, the judges guessed Tina Fey, Jodie Sweetin, Candace Cameron Bure, both from Fuller House. Somebody said Christina Applegate. Well, they were all wrong. Dead wrong. Nick Cannon called it the most shocking reveal ever. It is...
that Tina Fey?
It is former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin from the great state of Alaska. I don't even know what to say. Speechless. I got this tweet last night, or a text message that said, "Oh my goodness, are you watching The Masked Singer?" And I wasn't. I was flipping back and forth between CNN, Fox, MSNBC, and Love is Blind.
Sure.
You know,
Really more Love is Blind.
Yeah, really more Love is Blind. It's like, okay, Rachel Maddow, Sean Hannity, or Love is Blind. I'll go with Love is Blind. And then someone said, "Oh, Sarah Palin is on The Masked Singer." And I said, "You are on drugs."
Yeah.
And they said, "Well, that may be, but she's still really on, she's on," thank you, Evan, for laughing at that.
That is literally the weirdest song choice ever. For Sarah Palin.
Ever.
Like anyone, but like for sure for Sarah Palin.
You know what that proves?
What?
That's her karaoke song.
Yeah.
Because everybody has a karaoke song. Our executive producer, Jeff, has a Shoop by Salt and Peppa. So that's obvious.
That's the song.
That's his song. Yeah, I learned that when we were live in Duluth. But yeah, anyway. We have a lot more to come, everybody. Go grab another bagel and meet me back here in just a little bit. Stay with us.
Woo!
Coming up, if you could bring back one old TV show, what would it be? We'll unveil a new survey, and you might be surprised which show ranked #1 here in America. Then, Ted loves The Bachelor. But how about the Bachelor Live Stage show? That's right, limos, rose ceremonies, and even a fantasy suite. Ted will review last night's production at the State Theater. And forget the green beer, wine diva Leslie Miller is here with her list of the best wines to enjoy with the Shamrock. Stay right there, that's coming up.
Hannah Ann's only crime was she was nice and normal and no drama. And of course, he was like, the other way. So he proposes to her, and then a month later, he's like, "Can I have that ring back?" You know, it's so weird. And then he tries to get the other one back, but they're on the show live, and it's just cringe time because the mom is like this, Barb. You see Barb? Really dagger.
Oh, yeah, she was not happy at all.
And every time, and they had a little Barb cam in the corner, and when they'd show Hannah Ann, because she's Peter's mom, and she clearly wants Hannah Ann, and she didn't get her. And he goes, "Mom, so I guess it's going to be Madison now." And she's like, "Wait, what?" and she wasn't even hiding it. And he's like, Napoleon Dynamite going, "Mom, quit yelling at her. That's my girlfriend."
David Spade on with Kimmel last night. Spade is a huge Bachelor fan like Ted and offers live commentary of the show on his Instagram page, which, by the way, if you don't follow Spade on Instagram, you should. He is so good. He uses some of the material on his Comedy Central show, Lights Out. Now, before we move on, Barb, I just told Ted, I went home last night and watched the full Bachelor finale because I wanted to get full Barb.
Yeah.
I wanted to really, because that angered me like yesterday. You didn't agree with me. You can kind of see where Barb is coming from.
Here's the thing. I think Barb is broken. I think that because he was on the show before and thought he found love, and then he got his heart broken, and that's his mom, right? And she's like, "Oh my God, now he's going to do it again." So then he goes on the show again. She's watching. That girl made them wait outside for 3 hours in this place. They had just traveled, whatever, showed up at the house, came in, wasn't even like, "I am so sorry. You know what? We had some things to work out." She just came in and was like, all eye-rolly and whatever. And then she was like, "Will you marry him if he asks you?" And she said, "No," right? So it's like, I would be Broken Barb too.
Okay.
But I also can't stop wanting just to have her face in a box following me around.
Oh, seriously?
Everywhere I go right now.
I just told Ted, until we get an audience back, I just want Barb to be right here, just right at the bottom of our screen until we get an audience.
Just judging
me. I want
constantly.
Barb judging me for the rest of my life.
Her eye rolls are the best
thing ever.
Ever.
I want a Barb dowel. I just want to be right there. More late night for you. Emily Blunt was on. Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Really weird. Emily Blunt was on with James Corden last night, and the two played some shock therapy. Such a good bit to see how well because they're real friends, but how well do they know each other? Look.
Emily.
Yeah.
What town is James from?
Come on.
You know this. You know this.
I've never been to your hometown.
You didn't say. Gonna have to push you for an answer.
God, I've literally no idea. This is awful.
James, not 5 minutes ago, you called Emily's performance in A Quiet Place 2 brilliant. What is the name of Emily's character in the film? He hasn't seen it.
He hasn't seen it.
But I've seen the first one.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Let's find out.
It's just a lot of, shh. It's hard to know
Shushing.
the name because no one's
It is,
really
isn't it?
talking.
I know, it sucks.
Say it really quietly.
You can do it. You can do it.
Andrea?
Nope, it's not Andrea. Emily's character's name is Evelyn Abbott.
Oh.
Evelyn Abbott.
That's fancy.
That's I love old names are coming back. I love it. My grandmother's name was Evelyn. My
I
mom's
like
mom.
fancy names.
I do. I like the old names. I said if I ever had a child, which I will not, but if I did, I would name, if I had a little girl, we would name her middle name or first name would be Evelyn.
That's lovely.
Isn't that lovely? And then the middle name would be Colin's grandmother.
Which
but
is?
alas, we shan't be breeding. That's right, yes. We won't be multiplying.
Done with that
That's
conversation then. Moving on.
There we go. A Quiet Place Part 2 opens next week. Next in the dish, a recent survey by DirecTV Deals, I should say, .com, asked all of us, TV viewers, which old TV shows they would like to see brought back or made into a sequel, possibly. The top 5 included Parks and Rec, Seinfeld, no, Friends, and ER. But the shock is what's number 1. This. Okay, viewers want MASH. According to the survey, 39% say they want to see it come back because it makes them feel nostalgic. Well, you can't make a sequel. It's about the Korean War. And the war of the show. Did you know this? The show lasted longer than the actual Korean War. I'm not kidding.
That's the thing.
Why would
they want it like updated? Like a different war? That sounds so
New
weird when I
MASH.
say it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's that pitch meeting like? I don't know.
Again, I always say this. I want to be in that meeting. What? Yeah, a new MASH. They've
MASH.
already had After MASH, which is one of the I'm not kidding.
It's called Aftermash?
Oh, you didn't know? It's one of the... Oh, Evan just spit out his water. I know. I'm not kidding. 1984, 83, 84, CBS ended MASH.
Yeah.
And they did a post-show, another show, a sequel show called After MASH.
Aftermash.
Yeah, Klinger's life as a female. I don't know.
When they went home?
Yeah, it was. They were in a hospital now. I'm not joking. They did. It was horrible.
I'm going to Google it right now.
That's right. More hot dish for you, and that means we turn to our insider to the stars. Audience. Oh, wait, I almost said audience. We don't have an audience. Aaron, give it up for Dax Holt from Hollywood Pipeline, everybody. Woo!
Hello, Jason. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Empty Seats.
Hello, Dax. Okay, let's get started. First up, are the Biebers thinking about buying a new house? I hope they can make those mortgage payments.
They are. They have been they've been shopping around trying to find a new digs. And if you remember, they literally just bought a house. They bought like a $9 million house. I think it was last year, renovated it, did the whole thing. I guess apparently it's just not like private enough. They bought on a street that has, it has a gate, but I think fans can still essentially drive up to it and be right outside their gate. And so they want a little bit more privacy. They've been looking around, and they checked out Madonna's former home in Beverly Hills, which is a huge estate. It's on the market for $33.5 million. There has been owners since Madonna was there that some investors came in, revamped the whole place, put in a bunch of state-of-the-art equipment. But this place is massive. So it is 9 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms. It has a tennis court. It has a 60-foot swimming pool. It has a state-of-the-art fitness center, a spa. It's got a 16-person theater, 4 TV rooms. I mean, the place is just ridiculous, but it is very, very private, and that is something that the Biebers are looking for.
Dax, have you ever wondered what's the description when a house moves from a house to an estate? You know what I mean? Where is the...
So like how many bedrooms does it take to go to an estate level?
Yeah. Like what?
Probably something like 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think once you hit like the 7-bedroom mark, you're in estate level.
That's right. Or when you can name your property. I always, the Brits always, are you going to come see me at Baltimore? Yeah.
I think also maybe it's just like when you get a gate and then the driveway is more than like 200 feet long.
That's true, yeah. Next up, Chris Pratt and his new wife, Katherine Schwarzenegger. I just made a joke about the fact that I'll never have kids, but are they?
That's the big question. So Katherine Schwarzenegger, she has been on this huge book tour for the book that she just released called The Gift of Forgiveness. She's getting some rave reviews about it, but she was all over New York the other day. She went on AOL Build and the Today Show and The View and all these different shows. And the one thing people kept pointing out in all the paparazzi photos was when she was walking around, she was either wearing very loose clothing or she had her hand over her middle section. And so a lot of times when that happens, a couple weeks later, you find out someone's pregnant. So a lot of fans pointing to, are they not? Because they've been talking about wanting to have kids since the second they walk down the aisle. And everyone is anxiously waiting for that announcement. So who knows if it's true or not, but I think people would be very happy to hear when the time comes that they're expecting.
Speaking of kids, we'll keep with the kid theme. Angelina Jolie's showing support for her son. Why? What happened?
No, for her daughter, actually.
Her daughter.
Is for Shiloh, for her 13-year-old. And if you remember, Shiloh has been spotted around on crutches, and people didn't really know what was going on. Well, Angelina revealed in an interview but that she's basically been dealing with Shiloh and having hip surgery, going in and out of hospital visits, dealing with multiple, cases of going underneath the knife for Shiloh to have hip surgery. So I guess that is why she has been crutching around the last couple weeks. But that's kind of scary to think a 13-year-old has to deal with hip surgery at such a young age.
That's unheard of. I mean, you know what I mean? I've never heard of a teenager going in for hip surgery. Wow.
Yeah, and she didn't elaborate any more than that, so I can't tell you what has caused the hip surgery, other than that it has been multiple surgeries.
There we go. Dax, normally the crowd claps for you right here, so Ted is clapping for you.
So I'll tell my dog over here to clap for me, just make me feel good.
Exactly. Have a good week, my friend. Thank you. You can follow Dax on social media. Just search for Dax Holden, of course, Hollywood Pipeline. I meant to ask you, MASH was number 1 on that list of shows that you would want to bring back.
Yeah.
Don't mean to put you on the spot. Is there a show you would like to see come back?
I love the show Ally McBeal, and they could make Gilmore Girls 100,000 times.
Oh, Ally McBeal that would be a great concept to bring back. Maybe a new Ally McBeal or a continuation movie.
Yeah, Little House on the Prairie. What? Is that a no then?
That's a no. Ted would like the Little House on the Prairie.
Look at that, he wants it.
There's only so much suffering that poor Ingalls family could go through. I mean,
reboot.
They had that creepy mime that was weird. They had fires. Mary got kicked in the head by a horse, and she became
Ally
blind.
McBeal, I love Ally McBeal.
No, she didn't. No, Mary became blind with scarlet fever.
She got the sickness.
That's right. I always thought she got kicked in the head by a horse.
She did not.
Still ahead, everybody. Did our local bachelor, Chris, find love last night at the Bachelor Live on Stage? Well, producer Ted was, of course, there and will give us the scoop. And then, not a huge fan of beer on St. Patrick's Day? We have you covered. Well, she has you covered. Our wine diva has options for you when the Jason Show continues right after this.
Woo! Woo!
everybody. Well, it was an entire season's worth of The Bachelor in just one night, and it all happened at the State Theater last night in Minneapolis. That's where Chris Coquette served as the man looking for love in The Bachelor Live on Stage. Now, he was here, we loved him, but we were very curious. How is this going to work? So, of course, we sent our Bachelor expert. And that means, once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for America Loves Ted. And producer Ted joins us from Bachelor headquarters, better known as the Fox 9 disinfected control room. That's right.
Very clean in here.
Very clean. Okay, Ted, we met Dude. We kind of knew the synopsis. We liked Dude. We liked what we thought the night was going to be like. What did you expect as you walked into the State Theater last night?
I thought there was a chance this could be a disaster.
Yeah.
Right? Because you've got, I mean, this is awkward. A guy choosing between 12 women. How do you fill 2.5 hours while trying to mimic the show? I wasn't sure how this was going to work. I wasn't sure if people were going to show up for it, but it was packed and people were excited.
Okay. I was going to say, I was worried because obviously the coronavirus and just the interest in a live version of this. The audience, you said they were hooting and hollering and into it.
We were, when I showed up, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. They like cue the lights and I feel like a kid in a candy store.
Oh God.
This was magical. So these aren't pictures from last night, but this is sort of what you're looking at here. They had a limo, they had the rose ceremonies, they had dates, group dates.
They did not.
They had hometown dates like this where they'd sit on the couch and he would ask them questions and then he would say, "Can I talk to you more about that?" And he'd walk over and talk to them more about it. And then he would choose one at the end of the night. I mean, this was everything we would have hoped it would be.
Was it well paced? You know, because it moved.
It did move. There were 2 acts. So in the first act, you had all the women survived to the end of Act 1.
Okay.
And you know, when we were getting ready for one date, they had another date going on, and they had some dancers sort of wrangling, and there was no downtime really. So it was an impressive production to watch.
Any gimmicks? Because we saw, just like the regular show, the women come out of a fake limousine. So any gimmicks? And how many women were there, Ted?
We had 12 women.
Okay.
All local. So in his bio, he had listed he's outdoorsy, he likes to take photos, and he likes pancakes.
Yes, he does.
So someone came in with a fishing pole. 2 people brought like Polaroid cameras, you know, and
took a selfie, yeah.
And some people brought pancake mix.
Oh.
And 2 people right out of the limo.
Really?
Oh yeah, laid it right on our Bachelor Chris.
Okay, how did he react? Because I don't know him from Adam, Steve, there he is right here, but I said it on the show and I'll repeat it. He seemed like a very nice, down-to-earth, kind of wholesome kind of dude. I don't even know what wholesome means now in 2020. It's just a word that came out of my mouth. But how did he seem to react with the smoochins?
I don't know if he knew how to react. He is very wholesome, and Minnesota nice was the key term last night. He played it off well, but he was, I think if you saw this in LA or Las Vegas, I think there might be some different activities going on. Well,
speaking of activities, was there a fantasy? Because there was a rumor there was going to be a fantasy suite on this production.
So we get down to the final 2, and it's between Jenny and Danny.
Jenny and Danny, okay.
Good choices, great choices, Chris. And out rolls a bed in the corner of the stage.
No.
And they say it's time for the fantasy suites. So they give the girls the fantasy suite card, and it says you can enjoy this to spend 3 minutes with Chris in the fantasy suite.
And did they take them up on it?
So, they go into the fantasy suite. We can all see what's going on. They're on the bed talking. Lights are dimmed. The other woman's over here talking with the host, and we're all hoping that there's going to be
something.
Chris kept it PG.
Yeah.
There wasn't much, but
Who did he end up choosing?
So he ended up going with Danny, who he actually gave the first impression rose to. So she was really the leader from start to finish. I was a little surprised he went with her just based on some observations. I thought he was leaning towards the other girl, but no, he went with Danny, and they both like the outdoors. She likes to snowboard. I mean, we're going to have them on in a couple of months, and they're going to be engaged.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Ted, thank you very much, my friend. Ted
Thank
Johnson,
you.
everybody. Still ahead, we'll introduce you to a new pop-up shop helping you navigate social media. That and more when we come back. Back after this, everyone. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. There's a new pop-up at Rosedale Center, and it's all about helping people navigate the world of social media. And boy, do I need that help sometimes. Recently, we visited the pop-up put on by the folks at marketing firm Some Great People to see what exactly is it. Look.
We're not a store, no. Some Great People is a brand marketing agency based in Minneapolis. We work with different brands to do marketing, storytelling, social media, events, and just a lot of connecting. We think that social media can do a lot of good things and technology can do a lot of great things. We also really believe that people are desperate to meet in real life and have human connection and talk and share and connect, and we thought what better way to do that than a physical space. The reason we're at Rosedale Mall is we have a lot of shared values and we really connected with what they're doing here because they're doing a lot of cool stuff. And so we just really wanted to do a partnership that made sense and everybody wins. There's a lot going on in the space. During the day, it's a community space, so anything from, we have a little kindness note station, we have coffee from Cameron's Coffee, we have snacks, we have music, and we can play bags and hang out. And then at night, we're closed for different private events. We have ticketed events, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The events are used to kind of connect and share stories. One event is called Social Media Gives Me Anxiety, and it's going to be a conversation around technology and mental health and kind of how to, navigate that, because I think we're all trying to figure that out. And so we're really trying to have events that people can, leave feeling a little better, a little more connected in this world that's starting to feel more disconnected. The people coming to these events are pretty much anyone and everyone. They're really open. Like tonight we're doing an event, it's called Role Model, and it's all about using your social media platform for good, and we're featuring different panelists that kind of share their story, talk about who they are and what they do. Yeah, so an example of a brand that is a part of the space is called Murals Your Way. It's a really cool company. They're actually based in Minnesota, and they're kind of like a removable wallpaper, like a big sticker. I'm a big fan personally of this product, and I want more people to know about it. And I think sometimes they can see stuff on my social media and my Instagram, but like seeing it in real life is just a little more impactful. We think that the future is really connecting different brands and different people in real life ways. I think we're online so much, and we're looking for ways to kind of break down those barriers and meet and hang out in real life. We're really excited about how this space can kind of bring to life what's happening online and have it be a little more real.
Well, the pop-up is at Rosedale Center and runs through Sunday. They really are. Southdale's doing the same thing, all the malls around, and I think Minnesota's really leading the way. Malls are redefining what they are. They're becoming kind of Main Street again, back kind of what they were originally meant to be, with housing units and gyms like the gym, the Lifetime at Southdale. So way to go there, Rosedale Center. Still ahead, the wine diva, Leslie Miller, is here, and she's got some wine ideas for St. Patrick's Day. Move over, beer. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back. Thank you, Leslie. That's very nice of you. St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and while most of us think of beer or for the day, wine drinkers, we got you covered. Give it up for the wine diva, Leslie Miller. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our first audience-less show.
You know what? I'm excited about this, Jace.
Why?
I don't know. It's just look at all these fine faces
All the
out
fine
there.
faces. Ted.
Yeah.
Floor director Evan. That's right.
Yeah, it's
a random
it's fun.
stranger we pulled in from Eden Prairie Center. It's great. Yeah.
I did some yoga earlier up in
That's
the
right.
audience. Yeah.
Okay. I got to tell you, this is one of those things I would never think of wine for St. Patrick's Day.
That's right. So I have a lot of people that are constantly always asking me, hey, I really, I want to have maybe one Guinness, but I want to have all these dishes. So how do I pair wine to them?
Do you like beer?
I do love beer.
You do? Okay.
I do. Yeah. I don't drink a ton of it.
I do not.
You don't drink beer at all?
I hate it.
Oh.
I can't stand it.
This is going to be a rough segment for you.
No. I don't like beer. I like wine.
No, I know it.
Oh, got
well,
it.
you'll
Okay,
see later.
okay.
All right. So we're going to start with corned beef. Okay. Corned beef. It is what? The most iconic dish for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
And it is beef, y'all. So beef and red grape varietals. This is actually the father grape to Cabernet Sauvignon. This is Cabernet Franc. Cabernet Franc.
The dad.
It's the dad. Cabernet Franc and actually Sauvignon Blanc had a baby, and its baby was Cabernet Sauvignon.
And then they went on Maury. They did the DNA test, and that was it.
And it was over. So Cabernet Franc is kind of medium plus weighted, and so it will go with everything. So
what does that mean, Leslie? Medium plus weighted.
So if you think of it like skim milk, 2% or whole milk, kind of the weight of how that's going to feel on your palate.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Learn something. Okay.
Yeah. So this I always call medium weighted grapes kind of the Goldilocks of wine, just because they sort of go with a lot of different things.
Perfect.
Cabernet Franc with corned beef.
That was really good, by the way. That was actually.
It's juicy, it's lovely, it's from California, Central Coast. Now, this is a grape varietal that we've maybe talked about before. This is Gruner Veltliner. There is one tricky sort of.
What is it called?
Gruner Veltliner. It's from Austria. It's the main white grape planted in Austria. When you think about cabbage and wine. Da 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 da. Cabbage. I didn't know it would be so polarizing.
Because
you think about cabbage all the time.
Because I don't know about you at home, but I think about cabbage all the time.
Never.
Eric, all the time. Ted, right? Leslie, when I'm home alone and it's just me and Colin and the dogs, and I'm thinking
cabbage.
That's what I'm thinking. But so in those moments.
All right, in those moments. So cabbage. If you were to think about cabbage and wine, they don't. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, when you think of cabbage and wine.
They're not best friends.
No.
Or generally, in general, right?
Yeah.
Until it's met its match, Gruner Veltliner.
Okay.
Gruner Veltliner is actually the secret weapon to a lot of vegetables. So when it comes to beans or peas, cabbage, let's just say that this goes with cabbage, right?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have things like cold cannon, which is delicious.
Yeah.
It's basically boiled potatoes and cabbage smashed, and Gruner Veltliner, which kind of picks up on some of these bright citrusy notes. Actually, green apple snaps are perfect. All right, and then
And that was good. That's not too sweet of a white.
Oh, it's bone dry. It
it's
almost takes the enamel off your teeth.
Yes.
It's delicious. It's like a crust white strip. Okay, so then you're gonna move into shepherd's pie.
Okay.
All right.
When you think of shepherd's pie,
When you think of shepherd's pie. So shepherd's pie is primarily made of lamb.
Yeah.
And lamb is very synonymous with the country of Spain. When you go to Spain, basically you are having a ton of lamb and you're always drinking basically Tempranillo or Garnacha there. And I love to drink from the region Rioja.
Okay.
So Rioja and shepherd's pie, match made in heaven.
Delicious. I have liked 3 out of 3 here.
Oh, I love it.
All for different reasons. This is delicious. I enjoy this one. Yeah.
It's a little bit peppery too, so you kind of have a couple of things going on there. Okay, last but not least, you hate beer, so this is
no.
perfect.
I mean, look, I'll try it. I mean, I like a cider. Yeah.
Right. So I have a Cicerone that I teach with. Cicerone is basically the certified beer specialist person, and he and I have taught this for years. So it's going to be a little foamy, apparently. This is an amazing segment.
We
We're losing it.
I think we should just put on a rerun. I really think we should just. Do we have an old Barney Miller queued up back there in the old room?
Let's just play MASH. Let's play MASH.
Let's put on an old episode of MASH. Sheila, are you watching? Can we just put on a rerun? Yeah.
Okay, so
what am I doing?
This is crazy. So we have taught wine for beer and beer for wine for years, which is, hey, you like this style of beer. How do you find a wine that actually pairs to it? So everybody's going to be drinking Guinness on St. Patty's Day. And what we've taught is actually to put both libations in your mouth at the exact same time. Not like that.
Oh.
Not like that. Like this,
Well,
yeah,
how do you-
like this.
I thought you meant like this. I was like,
This is really,
okay.
This is interesting this morning.
This is first?
So you put this and then hold it in your mouth. Don't swallow, okay? Holy cow.
Okay, I did it.
I think, okay, how'd it go?
Not good. Not well.
Anyway, so if you're trying to find a wine paired to Guinness, that's it. I brought you actually another little Austrian that's medium weighted. It has a little touch of spice to it, but it actually is really fun to do it if you're looking for
A combo.
other libations.
Other
you
than
would
green
actually
beer.
just if you're looking for something to pair to Guinness that isn't beer.
Beer. There we
Yeah.
go. Leslie Miller, everybody. For more information, head to amusewine.com.
All right.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages. Stay with us.
I have a problem.
And welcome back to Cabbage with Karen and Chrissy. I'm Karen, and this is Chrissy. That's right. Where for 52 minutes straight, we think and talk about cabbage.
When I
That's
think
right.
about cabbage.
When I think about cabbage. That's going to be the new motto for our show, When I Think of Cabbage.
We should make t-shirts.
That's right. Hey, guys, stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And all you have to do is search for Jason Show TV. You can see behind-the-scenes video, our Jason Show before the show, and more hilarity. And you can follow us personally, too, to search for Aaron Schwab and Jason Matheson. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more Cabbage with Karen. And right after this. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Wrapping up this new normal, a new, more unusual Thursday. Thank you for doing this. I really mean it. Thank you.
for having me.
I love having. We always have a good time together. We have for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if this is a good time to say, if you guys don't know, Aaron and I've mentioned it a few times on the show. We're legit friends, and we've been friends since 2003, 2004. So. We used to do Show Tune Sunday. You did it and hosted
yeah.
it. That's right, at the old Boom.
Sang
So,
a lot of show tunes.
a lot of. Do you have any shows coming up, by the way?
I have a show at Crooners on the 18th
Okay.
of March. So this upcoming Wednesday, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's just
Cross your fingers.
Not making light of it. It is just, and we're going to navigate it the best we can. So I ask for kind patience while we kind of figure out. But it is. It's just it's a wacky time. I
And
mean,
if we don't have it, then maybe Jay and I will just do a show. We'll do like a live stream show, and everybody can just tune in.
Oh yeah, I mean, we made a joke that we'll live, we'll just have people Facebook Live into the audience, but I thought we thought about doing mannequins in the audience, and I don't know,
If you have any great ideas for us of how to entertain our audience,
That's right.
that doesn't exist,
No.
let us know.
But thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And again, much love to Kendall, and much love to my father-in-law. I don't think he'll mind me saying, my father-in-law had a little knee procedure today, but he's out. So Papa Haas, I love you. Hope you're doing well. So, but yeah, it's just I'm gonna go home and watch the news and watch Love Is Blind tomorrow. I'm gonna have an update because I will have finished the season finally of Love Is Blind on Netflix.
I don't have anything tonight, so I can do it.
Do it. Watch it tonight.
I've watched the first. I told you first
Yeah.
half hour, and I was like,
Okay, no, keep going. Tomorrow on the show, the girl Paige, the girl who won the Kids Baking Championship, will join us. She's
love her.
back and is whipping up some Patrick's Day treats featuring cabbage and a couple from the show. That's going to do it for us. If you're a kid watching and you're being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a great day. Think about cabbage today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Think about cabbage!